Los Angeles is often reduced to a handful of images: movie studios, palm trees, freeways, beaches, and celebrity culture. But the real Los Angeles is much larger and more complicated than its postcard version. It is the most populous city in California, the second most populous city in the United States, and the central city of a vast metropolitan region that stretches across Southern California. Within city limits, Los Angeles has nearly 4 million residents, but its influence reaches far beyond that. The broader metropolitan area holds over 12 million people, and Greater Los Angeles, including nearby inland regions, is home to more than 18 million. This makes LA not just a city, but one of the world's major urban systems. Part of what makes Los Angeles unusual is its geography. Unlike older American cities built around compact downtowns and riverfront trade, LA spread across a basin beside the Pacific Ocean, surrounded and divided by mountains, valleys, and hills. Much of the city lies in the Los Angeles Basin, but it also extends through parts of the Santa Monica Mountains and north into the San Fernando Valley. To the east, it borders the San Gabriel Valley, while to the west, it reaches toward the coast. This geography shaped everything: neighborhood identities, transportation patterns, climate, water needs, and the famous sense that LA is not one single place, but many places connected by roads, ambition, and distance. Long before Los Angeles had freeways or film studios, the region was home to indigenous communities, especially the Tongva people. They lived in villages across the basin and surrounding areas, including the village of Yonga, near what would become downtown Los Angeles. The Tongva understood the landscape as a network of waterways, plant life, trade routes, and sacred places. This history is essential because it reminds us that Los Angeles did not begin with European maps or Spanish missions. The land already had societies, economies, languages, and cultural systems. Modern LA was built on top of older worlds, many of which were disrupted or erased through colonization, disease, forced labor, and land seizure. European contact began in the 16th century, when Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo claimed the area for Spain in 1542. But Los Angeles as a formal settlement came much later. On September 4, 1781, under Spanish governor Felipe de Neve, the city was founded near Yonga as El Pueblo de Nuestra Señora la Reina de Los Angeles. It was a small agricultural pueblo, not a future metropolis. Its early purpose was tied to Spanish colonial strategy, settlement, farming, and control of territory in Alta California. The settlement depended on indigenous labor and sat within a broader colonial system that included missions, ranchos, and military outposts. Its origins were modest, but its location would later prove incredibly important. Los Angeles changed political identities several times in less than a century. After Mexico won independence from Spain in 1821, the region became part of the First Mexican Empire and later the Mexican Republic. During the Mexican era, large ranchos shaped land ownership, cattle raising, and local power. Then, after the Mexican-American War, California was transferred to the United States under the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848. Los Angeles was incorporated as a municipality on April 4, 1850, just months before California became a state. This layered history matters because LA's culture, place names, architecture, and demographics still reflect indigenous, Spanish, Mexican, and American influences overlapping across time. For much of the 19th century, Los Angeles was still relatively small compared with Eastern American cities. Its explosive transformation began with transportation, land development, and natural resources. The arrival of rail connections helped link Southern California to national markets, attracting settlers and investors. Then, in the 1890s, oil was discovered, bringing rapid economic growth. Oil wells appeared across parts of the Basin, and petroleum became one of the engines of early modern LA. This is one of the city's overlooked stories. Before Los Angeles became associated with entertainment and glamour, it was also an oil town, a real estate boomtown, and a place where boosters aggressively sold sunshine, land, and opportunity. One of the biggest challenges facing Los Angeles was water. The region's growth outpaced its local supply, and city leaders looked far beyond the basin for a solution. The Los Angeles Aqueduct, completed in 1913, brought water from Eastern California to the city. This project allowed LA to expand dramatically, but it also came with deep controversy. The aqueduct redirected water from the Owens Valley, transforming both Los Angeles and the communities and ecosystems that lost access to that water. In many ways, the aqueduct represents a defining LA pattern, massive infrastructure enabling growth, but also creating conflict over resources, power, and who pays the price for urban expansion. As Los Angeles grew, it did not develop like a traditional dense city centered on one downtown. Instead, it expanded outward into a patchwork of neighborhoods, suburbs, industrial zones, entertainment districts, beach communities, and valley communities. The city covers about 469 square miles, making it physically large even by American standards. This scale helped create LA's famous car-centered culture. Freeways became symbols of freedom, movement, and modernity, but also congestion, pollution, and separation. To understand LA, you have to understand distance. A trip across the city can feel like crossing several cities at once, each with its own history, architecture, income level, language patterns, and cultural identity. Los Angeles is one of the most ethnically and culturally diverse cities in the United States. Its population includes communities with roots in Latin America, Asia, the Pacific Islands, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and indigenous nations, as well as long-established Black, Mexican-American, Jewish, Armenian, Korean, Filipino, Chinese, Japanese, Iranian, Salvadoran, and many other communities. This diversity is not just demographic, it shapes food, music, religion, business, politics, street life, and neighborhood identity. LA's cultural map is visible in places like Koreatown, Boyle Heights, Little Tokyo, Leimert Park, Thai Town, historic Filipino Town, and countless commercial corridors where migration histories become part of the urban landscape. No discussion of Los Angeles can ignore entertainment. LA is the oldest and one of the largest centers of film and television production in the world. Hollywood became a global symbol because early filmmakers found sunshine, varied landscapes, available land, and distance from Eastern patent controls. Over time, studios, talent agencies, production companies, unions, and technical specialists formed a powerful creative ecosystem. Even though film production has become more globally distributed and LA has faced competition from other regions, the city remains central to entertainment finance, casting, post-production, streaming, television, music, and celebrity media. Hollywood is not just a place, it is an industry, a mythology, and an export machine. Los Angeles also has an economy far broader than entertainment. It is a commercial, financial, and cultural center of Southern California, with major roles in trade, technology, manufacturing, fashion, tourism, education, healthcare, logistics, and design. The region includes one of the busiest container port complexes in the Americas, linking LA to global supply chains across the Pacific. Its metropolitan economy is enormous. In 2024, the Los Angeles metropolitan area had a gross metropolitan product of over $1.295 trillion, placing it among the largest urban economies in the world, behind only New York and Tokyo by that measure. LA is not merely famous, it is economically powerful. Today, Los Angeles is a city of contradictions. It is wealthy and unequal, glamorous and working class, coastal and inland, creative and industrial, sprawling yet deeply interconnected. It has hosted the Summer Olympics twice, in 1932 and 1984, and is preparing to host them again in 2028. Its urban core continues to evolve, including major cultural architecture and public spaces, while the region wrestles with housing costs, traffic, climate pressure, and water security. What makes Los Angeles globally significant is not just its size or fame. It is the way it concentrates the major forces of modern urban life: migration, media, infrastructure, environmental limits, economic ambition, and the constant reinvention of place. If you found this helpful, please like this video and subscribe for more explainers.